Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to give a roundup of the first week league. First week of the new league, Blight League from PoE, what I did, what we achieved, and then, how we achieved it, and then just like a few thoughts at the end about the league itself. So in short, our short-term goal was to get a mirror. Like our very first short-term goal was to achieve a mirror. To achieve this, we had a group of 3. It was me, who was focusing on the Chaos recipe, and then transitioning into going Magic Find for Saints Treasures on Shaped Arcade and Alleyways. Then there was Jafanis, who was doing the Atlas push. He was pushing to tier 15, tier 16 maps, selling all the other maps off for lots of chaos, while the maps still actually have value, because maps lose value over time. And then our third member was Unknown, who also did a bit of early Atlas pushing, and then was transitioning into a trading and crafting as our third member. So we got into maps at around 5 hours. Wasn't too fast. Was it was okay. It's to be expected. We're not like professional racers. We're not professional gamers. We're just some lads doing some video gaming. So reaching a mirror was like our short-term goal, because we just wanted a mirror. We hadn't had a mirror. Well, me and Jafanis haven't had a mirror of our own, so we just thought, let's go get our own mirror. So that's what we were focusing on. So yeah, we got to maps in about 5 hours. Started doing the Chaos recipe. I started doing the Chaos recipe as soon as I hit Blood Aqueducts. And we managed to buy 3 exalts for about 35 chaos each before going to sleep. Yeah, we did full sleeps every day. Well, I did like 8 hours. Then by about the 3rd day, so it was like on the Sunday, we had the Atlas set up for tier 15 Shape Dunes. That was the strat we went with, was to do the tier 15 Shape Dunes. Then so Jafanis wouldn't have to worry about doing a Red Elder so early, and then just sell off Guardian maps while they still have value at the start of the league. We're selling around 22, 21 chaos each. Now, unfortunately, they were kind of hard to sustain tier 15 Dunes. What he had to do was use the Zona mod to turn a tier 10 map into a tier 15 map, which was a 4 chaos. It's a 4 chaos Zona mod. The reason we were struggling to sustain tier 15s was because we were just dropping too many tier 16s. We were actually sustaining tier 16s better than tier 15s. It was making us lots of money, but Jafanis was having to do the bench all the time and having to buy tier 10 maps to sustain it all. So eventually he transitioned. When Guardian maps went below 21 chaos, he was selling at 20 chaos. He decided to transition into just doing tier 16 shaped maps and went with city squares, like Sextant it up, Sextant Scarabs, Sack Frags, some Prophecies, just juiced it all up to sustain them, and then just sell tier 15 shaped dunes from that point. We also did a bunch of quick flips. I'll go into more about the quick flips later. And then I converted chaos that we were having into Saints Treasures. I was whooping Saints Treasures as well, get them just below market value, so we were getting our results less than if we were to just buy them straight out with the chaos. And then Unknown started doing some crafting. He made a few bows. There was the cold deck stacking bows. These unfortunately didn't really sell, and so those ones specifically didn't factor in towards the mirror. Purely because the market wasn't there yet. The bows were made, but people didn't have the characters that needed the bows at the time. It's more like people started buying them later on, and also there was more people was aware of that bow, so there was more people crafting it. There was more on the market at the time as well. So yeah, we just kept on gaming, kept on doing that, chaos recipeing, map dropping, doing some flips, and eventually we managed to buy our mirror for 55 exalts on day 6. Now, for some currency pushers, that's nothing. That's that's change to them. But for us, I was very happy. I'm very pleased with that result. Never done anything like this before. You know, maybe we do it again in the future leagues and see what we can do different, if we can do it faster. You know, now I'm more knowledgeable on certain things. Now that Jafanis is more knowledgeable on certain things as well. You know, maybe we could do this again in the future. We don't know. But yeah, once we bought the mirror, Unknown decided he wanted to like part. He didn't want to carry on, which is fair enough. He wanted to do like more solo, just play on his own. Wasn't really feeling PoE at the time as well, so which is fair enough. So he took his cut. Obviously, I couldn't take a cut of the any currency because we actually had no currency at the time, because we just liquidated everything and put all our currency into getting the mirror. So he decided to take a bunch of items that we still had for sale as his cut. And yeah, that was it. And so me and Jafanis are going to keep on going till we get a next mirror, because he wants a mirror to sit in his stash just like I do. So we're going to do that, and then who knows what we're going to do after that. Maybe we keep on going, maybe we don't. We will see. So to go more into detail now about specifics, so the quick flips, what we like to call quick flips. These are, well, it's basically what it sounds like. You buy something and then you flip it quickly for profit. Now I say quickly in quotations here, because sometimes it could happen within an hour, sometimes it could happen within 5 hours or the next day, you know. But we weren't buying stuff to sit on for a week or 2 weeks and then sell it. We wanted it now so that we could buy the mirror now, basically. So we were finding the flips we could do now, and they were usually coming in around 20, 30 chaos, maybe somewhere a bit higher. But at the end of the day, we're just creating free money. That's what it felt like. We were creating free money. Now I've never done anything like this, so I'm no expert in this. So I'm probably missing a lot of information, you know, anything specifics. But this is what I did. This is what I found. And this is from a novice point of view. So in principle, how to do this is you need to go to this website, which is PoE Ninja. I'm sure everyone knows about this website, but this is basically, it just tells you the market price of selling and buying items. You know, the rate that currency is going at, and the rate that like loads of other items. But the most important tab we're looking at so far is the divination card tab. Now, what divination cards are is you're basically buying fragments of an item. Okay, so for instance, House of Mirrors. This is a div card for a Mirror of Kalandra. It has a stack size of 9. So every time you buy one of these cards, you're basically buying 1/9 of a mirror. And so what you can do is you basically see the price that it's going at. So here it's going at 8 exalts. There's 9 of them. So you calculate the price that you're willing to pay. I don't know if you wanted to pay it in chaos. And then you see the item that it makes, and then you go and find the item, see how much the item sells for, and if there's a profit, if there's a margin in there, go ahead and do it. That's what we did. So to give you a very specific example of what we actually did, one thing is this league, they buffed summoners, and Zombie Mancer, specifically strength stacking with the Baron helmet, was very popular. So as a result, Astramentus, which is a lot of strength, well, it's all stats but strength specifically, on an amulet, was very popular. And so Astramentus has a div card. As we can see right here, it's called the Polymath. It's a set of 3, and it makes an Astramentus. So what you do is you look at the price of the Polymath, and so we were buying the Polymath div cards at around 30 chaos each, 30, maybe 40 chaos each. And then combined, it makes around 90 to 100 chaos to combine. So we were basically buying an Astramentus for 100 chaos. But if you go to the actual price of the Astramentus, which is, everything is found here, so you go to unique accessories and look at the Astramentus, it's around 160 chaos. So we were buying it at around 90 to 100, and then at the time selling it for about 150 chaos. So we were making around 50, 60 chaos profit from that flip alone. Obviously the cards, you'd have to whoop them sometimes to get them below a certain price, so you can still make profit from them. And that's all you do, is you just look at div cards, what they combine into, and just see if the item sells higher than the price of buying the div cards. It's basically all we did. And then after getting the mirror, Unknown obviously left the group, and so we had no one crafting. So considering I started doing a lot of trading at this point, I started looking into crafting. And again, this is something I've not normally done, crafting for profit. I've crafted gear for myself, you know, but I've never crafted to make profit out of it. And so I had no idea about the market. I have no idea how you do that kind of stuff. And again, this is how I learned. You go again on PoE Ninja, and at the top here, you go to the build section. And then you just look at what gear people are using. So you look at the necromancers, see what gear necromancers are using. See what gear the miners are using. See what gear. So one thing that we did was see what gear like Deadeyes are using. And if you look at the list of Deadeyes, you'll see that a lot of them are using a bow just like this, which is the cold damage per 10 dex. It's a shaper mod on a bow. And so what you can do is you alteration this till you hit that mod, and then you regal it, and then you annul everything else that you don't want off it. Hopefully you can hit the double damage attack speed as well with it, which is really good. And then you sell that off as a base, as a crafting base, or you can fully craft it and then just sell that off as well. And then that's all you do, is you just find items which are easy to craft, or you can craft, and that there is a market for. So you don't want to look for that one person who's playing reverse knockback eye shot totems. You want to look for the 50 people who are all doing the same build, all wanting the same items, and then you craft the gear for those items. That's what we did. I made a whole bunch of items. If you want to see specifics of what I made, if you want to see specifics of what I flipped, you can just... Everything was streamed from the start to the end. I have not done anything off stream, more or less. But anything that was done off stream was also done on Jafarnis's stream, which I will link below as well. We will carry on gaming to get our next mirror and then to the future. So if you want to see what we're doing, you want to see what we have done, you can look at the VODs, it's all recorded. If you want to see what we're doing, come check us out. We're going to be keeping on going. If you've got any questions of what we did, any questions, then just let me know. So specifically on the Blight League, if we want to talk about the Blight League mechanic, I think I enjoy Blight League. I like the tower defense mechanic. There's a button here which you can use to speed up when the counter starts. I think the only improvement they need to do is just let us have this button every time there's a new wave, so that we can make the encounter go faster. We can choose to make it, because the mechanic has a speed, and no matter how fast your character can clear, if your character is really slow mapping or if your character is really fast, the encounter is going to take exactly the same time for either of those characters, even if you could handle it with it being faster. So I think the only improvement they need to do is just let us speed it up. And if we could speed it up, I don't really think the rewards need to change, because we'll be able to do more over time. I think that's what they need to change, rather than making the encounter in maps more rewarding. I think they just need to let us speed it up, and it's fine. We've done a couple of blighted maps. I actually enjoy it. I think it's pretty fun. Having loads of towers everywhere when it gets hectic at the end. I haven't specifically had any lag issues at all. The only issues I encountered was having dead unkillable rowers in the line, so they wouldn't complete. But that, I think, has got fixed. We haven't done any blighted maps yet. I've just been saving up my couple, but Jafarnis has got like half a stash tab full of them, so we're saving them up and we're going to blast them up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to be playing for quite a while. In the far future, we're going to have like loads of monies, and there's going to be some fun things to come. Going to be making some fun builds, trying to find some not so good skills and trying to make them better as best we can, So yeah, that's going to be it. As I said, everything's streamed, so you can check me out on the stream if you've got any more questions. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.